Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. This is Jeb Hamburger and it's January 23rd, 2018, and I wanted to give an important update to my subscribers. We are continuing to see a melt up in the stock markets since the beginning of QE back in 2011, 2012. It has caused an acceleration, something that I've never seen before in market history. Remember, over the last century, there's been close to 30 serious stock market corrections, bear markets, one every 3 to 4 years. And these are with declines of more than 30%. And we have not seen that since this money printing of trillions of dollars. The Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ continues to go into record-breaking bull markets that I've never seen before. This is what's called a melt up. And we're beginning to see this in the Russell 2000. In the Nikkei, the Japanese, the European indexes are just breaking out from 2015 three-year highs. So we're beginning to see all global equity markets now beginning to break out and follow the U.S. stock markets higher. And now crude oil, which is breaking through 2015 highs at $60, is beginning to perk up. So we're beginning to see the energy markets beginning to show signs of inflation once again. So we had first the bonds in 2009. They put down the interest rates, printed all this money with QE. That drove the stock market bubble, which from 2013 to 2018 has reached record highs. Now it's beginning to funnel into the commodity sector. We're seeing crude oil break through $60. We're seeing palladium have an incredible run, almost doubling in value from $500 to over and reached over $1,100. And remember, that supply coming from Russia. So palladium has had an incredible run that I've never seen since 1999. Copper which was in a downtrend from 2013 all the way to 2016, has now broken above the $3 mark. It's testing highs not seen since 2014, almost 4-year highs. So we're beginning to see this move into the metals, into oil, into the commodities. Stocks are super high, although we could even go higher, and the emerging markets are just beginning to break out. So that may have another year of a rally. But it's beginning to we're beginning to see the early stages of a bull market in the energy and metal space, and significant breakouts with palladium and zinc and cobalt hitting decade highs. So what's also important to note is lumber. Lumber has broken through the 400 mark. So it really does seem to be a reflation occurring. Now, what's breaking down? The dollar, the U.S. dollar, is hitting new lows, 3-year lows. The 10-year note, the bonds, the treasuries are crashing. Interest rates are rising. So if you're stuck in adjustable rates, be careful. The rates are rapidly rising, but there are some currencies outside of the dollar that are beginning to bottom out, including the euro, which has rallied, and the pound, which many thought when they would leave the Brexit has had a nice rally from the beginning of 2017. So, in conclusion, we're seeing a lot of positive factors for commodities. We think in this market cycle, we may have a few more years where the later stages of the cycle of this of the cycle that began in the 2009 and 10 with all this money printing. So we have to be careful though, because investors may begin to think that this is some sort of new era. We won't have another bear market in stocks or a recession like 2008 ever again. And people may be convinced of that. And this is why we're seeing these stock markets rising. There's just incredible investor confidence. But this happens in bull markets all the time. And that's when these bear markets tend to happen. So it's very important that we're careful. Gold is just maybe on the verge of a breakout at 1,400. It's been basing since 2013. 5 years of basing. Silver too. $20 mark is very important. If it can reach 25, we're going to be heading into a new bull market in silver, which has been basing also for many years. So this is where I see opportunity. Platinum is also been basing under $1,000. So the one thing that's still very cheap here is the VIX. People are extremely complacent with the stock market. There's not been a correction, significant correction in many, many years. And that's the mistake that many investors make. And these markets are not like this usually. There's buyers and sellers, and it's not like every month, every week it goes higher with no selling. It's rare. It's a melt up. It's a bubble. And we need to be careful. We need to learn from history, not get caught up with it. Remember 1929. I sent out the chart with Homestake Mining versus the Dow, and everyone was going into the Dow in 1929. No one was touching the gold stocks like Homestake Mining. But when the bear market ensued and the 29 crash happened, the Homestake Mining went up tenfold, while the rest of the economy and many other sectors folded. So stay tuned to goldstocktrades.com. There's lots of exciting things that are happening right now in 2018, especially as the TSX Venture and the junior miners may possibly be forming its second leg higher of a rally that began in 2016. Second legs are extremely powerful, and we're beginning to see the reemergence of the retail public investing in wealth in the earth in the junior mining stocks. So stay tuned to goldstocktrades.com. Lots of news, companies raising capital to fund exciting exploration projects. I think that's a place to be in. There has not been a lot of funding for exploration for years. There has not been many new discoveries of real significance, just mostly promotions. But that can change in 2018, especially in mining-friendly jurisdictions like Ontario and Quebec and Canada, and in Nevada, and in the U.S., which is seeing a huge revival in mining because it's been supported by this current administration. So there's been a huge reemergence of regulatory and permitting in the U.S. and a possible revival for mining. And in 2018 in the United States, pay attention to the recent executive order that's come out from the President and the Interior Secretary, America First, includes critical minerals. That includes lithium and cobalt and these battery metals and clean energy and rare earths that we've spoke about for years. But finally, some people in Washington are listening to what we've been preaching for years about America First, establishing our own supply chain of these critical minerals needed for our top secret defense and our national security. Stay tuned to goldstocktrades.com. This is Jeb Hamwerger on January 23rd, Tuesday morning, 9:30. We'll keep you posted. Have a great day.